everybody, happy Sunday. It is Sunday. Woo! It's a little bit of an anxiety day and a little bit of an exciting day. We're excited. It's still the weekend, but we know Manic Monday is coming tomorrow. But, so I'm a little fired up. Am I ever not fired up when I do a video? Holy moly. So a week ago, maybe, I had someone check in with me about Class Dojo. You all know how I feel about it. It needs to go in the trash. And a teacher had said that, well, I like Class Dojo, and all my kids like it. I only use it positively, and it teaches kids about disappointment. What? Okay, so I have a lot of things to say. That life gives you enough disappointment. We don't need to set up arbitrary shame and guilt and embarrassment to help them deal with it. That's like, we're going to make it up and then we're going to help you through it once we arbitrarily made it up. Nope. Life already gives you enough of that, so that is out. But all my kids love it. That is not true. And I only use it positively. It doesn't matter if you only use it positively. It's still a fear-based strategy. So the part I have that I went with this is, I told this teacher, I said, well, you have to talk to your kids about if they like it. So she said, on Monday, I'm going to go and ask my kids. And I said, well, you can't. You can't ask them. And, the teacher, this also happens, is that, well, I'm a veteran teacher and I know what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, but if you're using Class Dojo, and I know my hashtag is ruffle then shuffle, and I'm going to get a lot of people mad at me on this. But if you were a veteran teacher, someone called it vintage yesterday. I'm a vintage teacher. And I was like, I think it's veteran, but I am now using vintage teacher because I love that. I'm a vintage teacher and I know what I'm doing. I don't know. I mean, yes, as a vintage teacher, you probably do know what you're doing. But if you're still using Class Dojo, then you have the wrong information, maybe even as a vintage teacher, because it's hurtful for kids. And so I instructed this teacher, like, okay, I need you to have different information. You don't have the right information, I don't think. And you have to ask the kids, but you can't ask the kids, right? She's like, I'll ask the kids on Monday. Well, you can't. Someone else has to come in and ask them anonymously. And you can't just say something as easy as, do you like Class Dojo? Nope. You also have to ask parents. Because sometimes the kids will tell you yes, and they go home and tell their parents that they hate it, or their parents know they hate it because they can see the increased competition, the increased anxiety, the worry that happens. And so the hard thing is now you have to open a can of worms. You have to say, I am wondering how all you students feel about Class Dojo. It has to be, do you like Class Dojo? Maybe yes or no. Tell me why. And it has to be somebody else, not you, because they probably love you. And you're doing Class Dojo because it's mandatory, or because you think it's working, because all your kids love it. Know that I've never been in a classroom where all the kids love it. And if we give them a chance to answer without us being mad at them, and they trust us, so they're going to answer honestly, we'll find out that that is not the case. There are many kids who are having a hard time with it. And you also have to ask parents, and it has to sound something like this. We are using Class Dojo in my class, and research shows that it can hurt a child's emotional self-worth. So I want to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. The hard thing there is, if that's the way you're going to ask, which in my professional opinion, that is the way you should be asking. Because parents are going to wonder why you're asking in the first place. So if you ask that of parents, it doesn't matter what the answers are. If you have heard, and research shows that it's emotionally harmful for kids, it doesn't matter what your answer is. You can't use it anymore. You can't then go back and use it. after you think you have the information, even if all the parents say I love it, all the kids say you love it, but you still use it. But you know it's emotionally harmful for kids. Right? you're using the wrong information. So then how do you ask parents, right? You have to ask parents, but you have to tell them why you're asking. So maybe people want to come up with some ways to ask parents. So if you do get all yes answers from parents and all yes answers from kids, which has never happened, then you can continue to use it. I hope you don't. I hope you trash it. I keep looking down because I have notes, guys. You know I have notes because otherwise I just ramble on and on and on. And try to get you to trash it. I really think it needs to go in the trash, guys. I know, that Class Dojo was invented by, I've talked about this before, about a business executive and a video game designer. Sounds great, right? No behavior person or psychological behavior person or anybody that is going to be like, oh, right, it's so like it's a game. If it's a video game designer and a business executive, it's a game and they're trying to make money. But behavior's not a game, guys. There's a new one out called The Good Behavior Game. What? No, guys, behavior's not a game. We're not making a game out of it. I don't know why. I don't know how many times I have to say that. I feel like I'm just going to keep saying it over and over and over. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just make a video that says behavior's not a game. Behavior is not a game. Hey guys, guess what? Behavior's not a game. I don't know why we're making it a game. Kids' self-worth and self-esteem and emotional wellness is not a game. And once we make behavior a game, we make those three things a game. So we need to stop it and cut it out, trash it, and then people are like, now what do I do? I get it all day, every day. Now what do I do? Oh, you get the right information. And it doesn't have to be from me. It can be from, here, I got some good books. Here, look, they're right here. Drive by Daniel Pink. He talks all about external motivation is not the way to go. In business, it's also not the way to go in education. Punished by Rewards by Alfie Kohn. This is my favorite one ever. Guys, read it. I can't even, you'd get through the, foreword. The first chapter is Skinnerboxed, The Legacy of Behaviorism. You get to, the third paragraph and you'd be like, oh, I can't believe we still do this. And if people need research, just give them these two books. Drive by Daniel Pink and Punished by Rewards by Alfie Kohn. Get through both of those books. I don't know how you would still do stuff like PBIS and Class Dojo and the Good Behavior Game and the one that looks like the Harry Potter houses and any sort of tickets or points or school stores or assemblies. I don't even know how you'd still do those. Because these two books alone crush that idea. So we have to go back to the drawing board, guys. We got to get back to the information we should have learned, and it's not your fault you didn't learn it. We do behavior in education, and we want it to be fun, fast, and easy because it's one semester and you have 6 or 8 weeks and it's got to be done. That's not the way behavior works, guys. So if you want to hang out with me and learn, right? That's where my masterclass comes in. You can DM me, you can comment, you can call me, you can come to my house and knock on my door. And I will send you the link to my masterclass. Guys, it goes through, right? It goes through self-reflection. It goes through who is this child? Challenging behaviors. It goes through relationships, environments, differentiation of instruction, discipline. It gets it all, guys. It gives you all the information. So then when people what are the alternatives? You have the information. You don't need me anymore. You have the information and now you can make the strategies and alternatives for yourself. So people are I don't know if I can do it, if I can afford it. I tried to make it so affordable. I don't know if I can do it because of whatever the basic level's $99. $99 will get you all the infinity strategies because you're going to have all the information. That I didn't make the class full of strategies because I don't want you to be locked into my strategy box. I want to give you the information so it's a glass ceiling so you can get to the top and go and get out and be like, oh my gosh, I can do all this stuff now because I have all this information. I also have all the language and all the resources to show people and tell people and use with people that still are using these things, that are veteran teachers or vintage teachers, or people who just come out of education and they're using it because that's what they learned. We have another way, guys. Find me, hang out with me, and if you don't want to, read these 2 books. I don't know, go find Alfie Kohn and hang out with him. And if you do, please bring me with you. I love him. He also has 2 more books, and I'm just gonna say them because they're here and they're wonderful and I don't want you to miss out. They don't have, the covers on them because that makes me crazy. My squirrels lose them and they rip. And so Unconditional Parenting by Alfie Kohn. I know that's backwards. And The Schools Our Children Deserve, Moving Beyond Traditional Classrooms and Tougher Standards by Alfie Kohn. Oh, you can't see that at all. So I love you guys so much for hanging out with me. I know I just ramble on and on. This was supposed to be a 3-minute video. It's now almost 11 minutes. That's always the way my videos go. Everybody tells me if you do shorter videos, more people will tune in. I don't know. I feel like you need a lot of information. In a 3-minute video, I'm not going to do a 3-minute video without all the information just so I can meet the Instagram algorithm. I'm against that. So you know where to find me, guys, if you have questions, comments, if you need anything. If you need my masterclass link because you want the new information, because you want to trash these other fear-based strategies, you know where to find me. And I love you and happy Sunday, and I will see you tomorrow on Manic Monday. Bye, guys.